former world champion Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. Now, this fight was Usman's first fight in about 20 months. He had lost 3 fights in a row. Comes back at 38 years of age, takes on a top challenger who has won 7 in a row in Buckley. And he turned back the clock. As he said after the fight, he got the monkey off his back. Very easy fight, right? In the regards to, I was thinking of you, geography. Usman, the wrestler, wants to get to the ground. Buckley, he needs some space, needs some distance, needs to strike. Usman didn't allow that. Very simple takedowns in the first 4 rounds, then controlled the ground, controlled the position, and controlled the fight. In the 5th round, Buckley made some adjustments. Maybe Usman started to tire a little bit. He did have some success. He did make it competitive. He did make it interesting, but it wasn't enough. In the end, Usman back in the win column, gets the win. What'd you make of this fight? What'd you think of the great Kamaru Usman?
One of the reasons why I think that Carlos Monzon is one of the greatest middleweights of all time. And there's so many great ones. My goodness. Sugar Ray Robinson, you could go on and on. It's a great division and a great history with that division. But one of the reasons why I thought Monzon was so great was that he was able to make other fighters fight his fight. That's it. You hit it, bud. You hit it out of the park again. Usman really, for the most part, made Buckley fight his fight. I don't care if it's MMA. I don't care what combat sport. If it's my business, if it's Dana White's business, if it's, what business it is, what form of combat it is. Whoever controls the geography that is best suited in the ring or in the cage for their talents, they're going to win for most part. They're going to win unless a lightning bolt comes out of the sky, which it does. It does once in a while. Matter of fact, if you want to see lightning bolts come out of the sky, go and look at that list my son made me put up. You guys told him to tell me to put it up. We put it up. Great comeback fights. Greatest knockouts out of the sky lightning bolts. Go look at that list and then go and Google those fights, and you have your full of seeing lightning bolts come out of the sky. If you like to see that, sensational endings. Usman fought his fight, and he did not allow Buckley to fight his fight. Styles make fights. Again, whether it's MMA or whether it's in boxing. And until the last round, you could probably say, for me, the trainer in me would say this, that Usman's striking defense was better than Buckley's takedown defense. Is that fair, bud? Is that fair to say? It was his ability to deal with striking, which was not his forte. That's Buckley's forte. Usman's forte, strong. They're both strong, but a strong guy. And he's a great grappler, he's a great wrestler, he's great on the floor, great on the mat. Not that Buckley doesn't know what he's doing, he does. But Usman's forte, Usman's really, strength is to get on the mat. And he was able to do that because Buckley's takedown defense was not as good as Usman's striking defense. When Usman had to survive the striking in those first 4 rounds, he did. And he got the takedowns. Again, like Monzon, he had the ability to make it his fight, to get the geography he needed and to fight his fight. And I give credit to Buckley. Tough guy, great endurance, because that's got to tire the crap out of you, fighting off all those takedowns. And it tired Usman, too. Usman, 38 years old, 7 years older, he did start to tire in that last round. And give Buckley credit. He made some adjustments. He did, but it was a little too late. And it's the perfect place for that saying. It was, because by the fifth round, where he did start to get a little traction with his striking because he used his legs better to move. He didn't give up the takedown. He didn't let Usman shoot to get him on the mat. He was able to do what he needed to do, but he needed to do for longer periods. He had the last round to do it. He couldn't quite get there. He needed the knockout. He couldn't quite get there. And the reason he couldn't quite get there, and I give him credit for having a chance because, again, he stayed on his feet. He controlled range better. He got his hands off better. He went all out offensively, which he had to do. And just moving his hands more was a deterrent to Usman for the takedowns. That alone was a good takedown defense. It stopped him from shooting in because he couldn't shoot in past that hailstorm of punches without taking a big risk. So yeah, you could argue you should have done that earlier. All right. The one thing that I'll leave it on, again, from the trainer's perspective for me, in the striking area, if he would have used the jab a little bit more, maybe even to the chest of Usman, but if he would have used the jab a little more and just taken a little fat off some of those big punches, those wide punches, took a little fat off, went to the butcher. You know, you go to the butcher, here, take a little fat off this steak. I want it to be a sirloin. And the only way it's going to be a sirloin is you got to remove a little fat. If he would have removed a little fat from those punches, they would have been sirloin. They would have been a little straighter, and they might have had a little better chance to get to their target. I'll leave it at that. That's it. I'll be a butcher today.